Hi beautiful people, today I'm going to show you how to make this soft, beautiful and yummy marble cake using a Jiko and without using a mixer. So let's get started. First, you're going to add sand on our sufuria, then heat using a Jiko. Then make sure you sieve your flour before you make your cake because you're trying to incorporate air into the flour to prevent it from forming plums into our cake. Make sure you sieve your baking powder. And one key word is that you always measure your ingredients. After that, let's stir into the flour to make sure the flour mixes well with the baking powder so that the baking powder fits well in all sides of the flour. Then let's measure our ingredients, that is sugar and butter. Then let's mix well. When adding your eggs, make sure you put one at a time while mixing so that you can get a fine texture of your mixture. And you can either choose to mix using your hand, or if you want a fine, perfect and smooth texture, use a blender. It will give you the smoothest texture. Then let's add our flavor. You can choose vanilla, you can choose lemon, you can choose variety of flavors. So let's use our lemon zest. So add a little bit of zest to our mixture so that you can get the fine smell, the fine flavor. Wow. Make sure to try this recipe at home and tell me at the comment section which flavor you decided to go with and how was the turnout. Mix well. You make sure to stir well until you find the perfect texture. Then let's add our flour while stirring little by little. If you're here for the first time, don't forget to like, share, subscribe and comment to my videos. So let's continue adding our flour little by little while mixing until all our flour is done. You can see that our flour has become thick, so we are going to add milk little by little while stirring until we get a smooth fine texture of our batter. Continue stirring while adding the milk. Make sure to mix it gently because we don't want to overmix it. Trust me and trust the process. This is going to be one of the most very interesting and very delicious yet simple cake recipe you'll ever find on the internet. So here we are preparing our baking tin. Make sure you apply margarine inside the baking tin, then dust with flour to prevent it from sticking or from burning. Let's continue with our recipe. So put cocoa in a bowl, then put a little bit of our butter, mix and stir until we get a fine chocolate color of our butter, because we are going to make a marble cake. Marble cake, it should look attractive a little bit of, so just mix. And if it looks thicker, you have to come up with a liquid. You can either add milk. If you don't have milk, you've completely run out of milk, you can use a little bit of water. It's allowed. So stir, continue stirring until you find a fine, smooth and flowing texture of our batter. Then let's add our butter into the baking tin. Ooh, it's baking time, guys. So put the butter into the baking tin in different layers. First, you're going to start with the white layer, then the chocolate layer. Make sure to spread evenly after putting the butter so that the heat can reach each and every side of the cake when baking. So we are going to use the remaining white butter to put it on the top of our cake so that you can sandwich the chocolate. So here we are ready to bake, guys. It's time. So we're going to put heat on the top of our batter. We've already put the butter inside the sufuria. So we put heat on top, then we're going to put our sufuria in the sand, the sufuria that we had just heated. Remember, we heated our sand, so we are going to put our butter inside the big sufuria, then place it on our jiko so that it can start cooking. So here we are, guys. This is how you use a Jiko to bake our cake. Who said that you must have an oven to make a cake? Who said that you must have a mixer so that you can bake a cake? No, all those are not necessary. So guys, our cake is ready. Look at it. But guys, I'm sorry, the heat on top was too much, so our cake had started burning, but I'm glad it turned out well and very delicious. So you can use this recipe to make your own cakes at home, or you can also use this recipe to do business for yourself and get some good cash. You see, this cake is so delicious, it's so amazing, it's so attractive. Wow. So this is the inner part of our cake. I just love how the design turned out, and it's so amazing. And this is the bottom part of our cake. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Make sure you share, subscribe, and comment. Bye.
Jumping off the edge, they say dreamers never die. So come and fly, come and fly, come and fly.